Hi, I'm Glenda Dawson. Welcome to Glenda's Dragon's Den on Wild FM. Today's topic is on soulmates and twin flames. Joining me in the studio today are Ashley, our producer, and my husband Larry. Welcome, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, what's up?
Do we know each other?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
No. We just
You're gonna let me
signed.
get away with that, huh?
Yeah, I'll let you get away with that one. That's the only one, though.
Yeah. That's,
That's it.
here goes the rest of the month.
Yep, there you go. There you go. So, do you guys know about twin flames?
I are one.
You are one. Oh, that's true. You are part of one. Mm-hmm. And
Well,
one.
we are one,
We are one.
and we are one.
And we are one. Yes, we are. Um, for those that do not know what twin flames are, is a soul that decided to divide themselves a long, long time ago because they had so much work to do in this world.
This isn't like mitosis, right?
No, it isn't like
okay.
mitosis. Ugh, jeez. No. So they divided and they continued in halves through lifetime after lifetime. And every once in a while they get to meet each other again. And it's like facing your own self in the mirror. And they get together for something that's extra special, a special job. And they teach each other whatever lessons they've learned along the way.
So I found my special purpose.
Please. Yes. Remember, you have to do the dishes tonight.
It just dawned on me.
That's your
Yes.
special purpose. Chores.
That's the special purpose. Uh-huh.
It just dawned on me. Never.
Ha, ha, ha. Very funny. I let that one go, too. It's just-
Grease is the word.
Yeah, there you go. One more. One more.
They come in threes, is that it?
There you go. Everything in threes. Now, soulmates. Soulmates are souls that sign up to come with you into any lifetime, any particular lifetime.
So you're talking about a soul contract.
A soul contract, yes. You sign it before you incarnate, and they could be soul friends, soul teachers, or soul companions. They could be kindred spirits that come and teach you a particular lesson, and then they go away. They could be soul teachers that are there constantly teaching you something and helping you get through that rough spots of your life and teach you every single step and direct you each and every way. Those are the friends that stay with you since you were age of 2 until you die. Those are the people that could be your grandmother who the second that you were born, you had a special connection. It doesn't necessarily have to be a friend or a relative. It could even be actually an animal. An animal could come to teach you unconditional love and sticks with you until they pass away because that's the lesson you needed to learn. And then there's the companions, those people that are both a combination of a friend and a teacher. Those are the ones that you usually marry and you spend a whole amount of time, a lifetime together, and you love each other, you respect each other, and you learn from each other.
So a lot of people are fixated on finding their twin flame. You know, there's websites dedicated to it. There's, people we know that that's my twin flame. How do you help these people get over it?
Well, first of all, you got to realize that not every single lifetime your twin flame is going to be with you because they're not ready. They're still learning their lessons to teach you, and you're not ready to teach them. And you're also not ready to face your other half, your true self, and dig deep down into things that you have put away, tucked away, never want to face again. And that's the time that you have to really face yourself because you are facing yourself and learn those lessons. Now, there's a lot of ways that you know if they're really twin flame or not. But the biggest part is that you can feel them. You can feel their energy if they're in this lifetime. You don't have to meet them. And when you do meet them, you just know. It's like you're facing yourself.
But you know about unconscious bias.
Yes.
If people are fixated on finding their twin flame, they're going to convince themselves that that energy that they're feeling, usually below the navel, is twin flame energy. So what do you say to those people?
Cool it. There are...
Good luck with that.
Yes, yes. Well, below the belly button fixation doesn't mean twin flame. Actually, twin flames could connect in a spiritual way, even sexually, without having to have the physical touch.
Oh, has that ever happened to you?
Oh, maybe. Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, in this lifetime.
Oh, in this lifetime.
Yeah.
But twin flame is our mirror. And if you see yourself in that other person, meaning all of your strength, all of your insecurities, your weaknesses, all of the elements of you just in front of you, and if you're willing to learn from this and take the purging and the purification that you have to go through, and the unconditional love that you will have for that person, even if you want to kill them today. And the second you say that, you're actually saying you want to kill yourself. And that's what it is. You just face yourself. And people have to stop and think and realize that not every lifetime you're going to meet your twin flame. And some people, even if they have their twin flame in this lifetime, are not ready. They're not ready to face every single dark corner of their heart, their soul, their spirit, their even physical.
Do you know anyone that's happened to?
That they're not ready, or that,
Yeah.
Yes, I do know somebody that's happened to.
Yeah, you should have eaten the Sicilian. You were eating the Neapolitan. I just couldn't deal with it. You want to explain, Lucy?
Yes. We actually met about 25 years ago. He was eating pizza with his son. And I saw him, and I felt that energy right away. But I got told we were not ready. He needed to grow a little more. He needed to heal a little more.
See, I thought you were being charitable because usually you say it, I was told he wasn't ready. And then you came back to it. Okay, yeah, all right, it's all me. It's all me.
It's all you.
Yeah, it's all me.
It's all you.
I wasn't ready.
No, you weren't ready. Although I did have to teach people lessons myself, so.
You might have had to have another kid, too, or something.
Yeah.
So, but I wasn't ready.
No, you weren't ready. I was already pregnant then.
Well, that kind of narrows down the scope. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. That narrows it down.
That was it. It was the glow. I was blinded by the light.
Blinded. Mm-mm. So, and yes, he did see me, and yes, he did pay attention to me. He actually even sent over something to eat. But it wasn't meant to be yet, because we were not ready. Neither one of us was really ready for the roller coaster ride that twin flames go through in the beginning.
That explains the helmet.
Well, there are a whole bunch of different levels and different stages.
Well, I have no choice. I was summoned this time.
You were summoned this time, yes. I did request the spirit to bring you. I was ready, and I figured he's either ready or he's going to go right
He'll just need to catch up.
Yep, he just needed to catch up.
How's that working out for you?
Oh, pretty good. You're doing the dishes, aren't you?
Apparently. Paper or plastic?
Now, how did you guys figure out what exactly twin flames were?
Well, I had studied a lot about it, and I also have had connection with Spirit, who directed me and told me what was coming.
Okay.
And
So does it sound like, danger, Will Robinson, danger, danger?
no, they actually told me I needed to heal certain things, and I needed to. The only way for me to have soul growth and advance to the next level was to meet you and work through that healing.
Beat me into submission.
There you go. I didn't
And
want
do
to
the
say
dishes. You can't forget about the dishes.
The dishes. The dishes.
That was also part of the spiritual growth. Run work.
Yeah.
Spiritual contract. There you go. Yeah. So,
So technically I'm a subcontractor.
yes, you are.
Okay, that explains it.
Now, can
In
you
a
go
nutshell.
into detail what it was like when Spirit approached you?
When Spirit approached me, I was in my meditation, which I try to do daily. And they basically said, okay, are you ready? And I'm like, ready for what? Because every single time they say, are you ready? Usually it's like, oh, here we go again.
It's like, Glenda, we need to have a talk. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Uh-huh.
maybe?
Yes, when they start that conversation with, are you ready? It's usually like, okay, maybe. Could I tell you later after I hear what's going on? And they just, all my archangels basically surrounded me, which is what they usually do when they have a conference, as I call it, conference call. And they all sat around and explained to me all about Twin Flame, because I had started to read on it and all that, the big phenomenon where everybody's trying to find their twin flame. And I'm like, this is a lot deeper than what people think.
Well, when you say all your archangels,
Yes.
I mean, I know that when they're surrounding you, they're your archangels, but they're not just.
My archangels.
Yeah.
No. They're what I call my team because they're guiding me. But they guide a lot of people.
And about how many archangels are on your team?
About 13.
Okay, and
Yes.
these are archangels that everyone
Knows about. Yes. Yes.
and has
And has
their
at any
own
of your-
archangels
right.
on their team,
Right.
but
Right.
they timeshare very well.
Very well. They could appear at any time, any place, and simultaneously. Isn't that incredible? So,
That's how I'm living it.
and which, by the way, one of the archangels bailed on him. They like me better.
Nice.
Ouch.
Yeah.
It's a girl, though. They just,
Apparently, I didn't do enough work on my feminine side.
yep.
One too many dirty jokes. He's like, that's it. I'm out. I'm going to hang out with Glenda.
Yeah, that could have been it.
Yeah, that could have been it. Yeah.
I know I shouldn't have done that Playboy spread.
You're lucky only one left you.
I'm not dead yet. There's other possibilities.
So,
She keeps talking to the other ones, conspiring against. What the hell are you?
I'm trying to convince them all. Nah. They're here for both of us. And they're here. Whatever I basically have behind me, he has behind him. Because it's a yin yang. It's half of a full. So it has to be both halves united. Once we became united, we're one. No matter what we do or don't do. And even spiritually, I could talk to him, he could talk to me. And if anything's happening to him, I know it right away, and vice versa. So we finish our conversations. We just know what the other one is always thinking. Right?
Is that Ariel coming back to me?
That's Ariel.
She'll have to go to voicemail.
Ariel just wanted to say hello.
Yes.
Just to not make you feel so bad.
That explains the kidney stone.
There you go. There you go.
Thanks.
So, when we first met, the second time,
When we first met the second
Good
time.
time,
We're
yes.
keeping score now.
yes,
First
we
met.
second
Okay.
time.
You remember that?
Yes, I do. I
Okay.
actually summoned him. I did a ritual, the full moon right before that,
Okay.
which was approximately 2 days before.
Now, when you say a ritual, like, what kind of ritual? Is there a name for it?
A release and accept ritual, full moon ritual,
Okay.
basically. Where I summoned all the corners and all the archangels and all the guides, and I released what I wanted to release in order for me to get to see him again.
Was it good for you?
Anyway, so 2 days later, I go to my mediumship development class that I used to be going to, group, circle. And I am just there talking to my girlfriends and not even facing him. He gets out of the car and I felt the energy right away.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just joking around, and he says something smart.
You mean you and your girlfriends were just
Yes.
joking around? I hadn't been the smart ass yet.
No, you were not the smartest.
Yet.
Yes.
Yet.
So we were just talking, and he gives me something,
Drive by.
drive-by.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, what do you mean by drive-by?
Yeah, go ahead. Explain the drive-by.
Drive by, basically, I was walking past her. I didn't engage her, and I just, said something inappropriate.
And then I said something to the effect, is that how you speak to somebody you just meet? And,
I said, you should hear the shit I don't say.
yeah.
And we were off.
And we
Like a prom dress.
And still to that moment, I had not even looked at him. But I knew the energy. I felt the energy, and I knew. I said, yep, that's it.
And so did I, because I don't generally like getting smacked by and clawed by a group of women.
And we...
I usually have to pay extra for that. Well, that's
Is
in the
that...
past.
Wait a second.
Yeah, that's where the money went.
Oh, that's where the money
That's where
went.
the money went.
Oh.
Before we go any further, let's point out that this is not a binding spell.
No.
The ritual is not a binding spell, because it almost sounds, when you say you summon me and
Yes.
everything else, that it's a binding spell. But at no time do you ever, or I ever,
Right.
do anything to usurp anyone else's free
Free
will.
will. Correct. And
Okay.
all I basically said was, for my greatest good, his greatest good, if it's meant to be.
Yeah.
So, and I made sure that I always say, not taking away free will.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is the only thing that you actually have that's given to everybody,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what stage of your life you're in.
So you haven't mentioned what we were attending, because
A mediumship development.
how about that? Not yours.
No, not
No,
mine.
not yours.
Not mine. I was just there as a observer, really.
You're lurking.
I was
Circle
just-
lurker.
Yeah, I was just there to meet other people.
You know, when you work at this level, you aspire not to think you know everything about everything.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Glenda in particular, since she's meticulous, is always interested in seeing how other people do things.
Yeah, fresh perspective.
Right, exactly.
And open to learning new things and embracing new things. And basically, was there for the same reason. I generally don't work as directly as Glenda does. I'm more of a direct connect in the background. I don't speak directly with spirit. I usually will speak through medium. But this one,
This one?
as you noticed,
This one?
this one,
This one?
this one, this one as in like no other one. As you observed when you attended her mediumship class, and you were connected with spirit, and she's, managing the room basically and telling you, what everyone else looks like and sort of helping you to get a clearer connection, which is basically what I'm doing. I'm actually trying to, in my own way, keep the space sacred and keep the connection strong and all that. The battery, as we call it.
The battery.
Yeah, but I don't speak to them generally because I try not to bring my unconscious bias into it and allow them to forward their objective as they see fit.
Yeah.
This one.
This
I'm
one.
still on that one.
Yeah, I'll pay for that.
Yeah. Well, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Dish TV is better than cable TV. Why? Because you can save 45% on packages compared to your high-priced cable bill. Wow. Take those giant scissors out and cut the cable and save with Dish TV. Plus, you get a free DVR upgrade to record your favorite shows and free installation. And with Dish Anywhere, you can watch TV for free on your mobile device. Act fast. You can save hundreds of dollars. Does your cable company do that for you? I don't think so. Get all the best TV programming at your fingertips at a fraction of the price of cable TV. So say adios, arrivederci, goodbye to the high cable bill and save up to 45% on Dish TV packages today. These are limited time offers and can change at any time. Call fast. 800-344-2066. 800-344-2066. 800-344-2066. That's 800-344-2066.
Where do you want to go on a vacation or honeymoon? The Caribbean, Europe, Hawaii, Mexico? How about Disney or a cruise? At Superior Cruise and Travel, we've got you covered. We'll assign you your own travel concierge. They'll help you design a custom vacation plan that you can't find online. And the service is completely free. You can't compare the value of this to any other online travel company. We can help you plan a custom vacation anywhere in the world. We even offer payment plans with no credit card required. Now you pay off your vacation on your time schedule. Call now and mention the promo code RADIO and save up to $500. Book your custom trip. Call Superior Cruise and Travel now and talk to one of the highest rated travel agencies in the country with a 5-star A+ online rating.
800-472-1494. 800-472-1494. 800-472-1494. That's 800-472-1494.
Family owned and located on 564 Main Street in Stroudsburg, PA, Juice is bringing healthy and fresh to Stroudsburg with their amazing protein shakes, salads, wraps, and more. Keep your day clean with a Juice lunch combo that comes with a 16-ounce Juice signature smoothie and a healthy wrap or salad. Running low on time? Call your order in ahead of time to beat the rush at 570-664-2205 and make sure to ask about their catering services with fresh boar's head meat cold cuts. Live, work, or play in the Broadenville area? Step into their Broadenville location at 1697 Route 209 at the Midtown Plaza or call ahead at 570-801-7785. Come meet their amazing staff and eat healthy, drink fresh, and start off your better you today at Juice.
Greece is cheap.
But the airfare costs a fortune.
Paris?
Not much closer, and again, airfare...
What about Puerto Vallarta?
Let's face it, flying anywhere is just too expensive.
Wait, what's this? Low-cost airlines.
With one call to low-cost airlines, you'll drastically slash your travel costs. We're talking insanely low airline prices to any of your favorite destinations. Where would you like to go? London, Rome, Costa Rica, Australia?
Wow, that's cheap.
So why wait? Call now to learn how crazy cheap it is to fly anywhere in the U.S. or international. Our prices are so low, we can't publish them. The only way to get them is to call to instantly hear the most amazing best deals on airline travel. It's that easy. So call now and start packing.
800-470-1834. 800-470-1834. 800-470-1834. That's 800-470-1834.
When I need a cut, I go to Diamond Cuts. Ain't no half cutting there. Oh, yeah. Woo! Man, at Diamond Cuts, their barbers got the freshest styles. Anything from fades, Caesars, high tops, blowouts, shape-up, tape-ups, and much more. Their barbers can cut men, women, children, young and old. Stop by Diamond Cut at 144 Pocono Boulevard in Mount Pocono, PA. Or just call at 570-216-4912. Ain't no half cutting there, baby paw. Yo, Stan, yo, Ant, yo, Black, yo, Light Skin, yo, E, where y'all at? Have tax questions? Call the professionals at LFM Financial Services. Serving over 400 clients in the Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut area for over 15 years. Let the professionals help you with your personal taxes, business taxes, and your Berkheimer all year long. The professionals at LFM Financial Services have you covered from your financial tax planning, payroll, income tax, and more. Visit their office at 2591 Route 940 in Pocono Summit, Pennsylvania, or come see the difference at LFM Financial Services. And visit their website, lfmfinancialservices.net, to see real customer testimonials. Or call now at 570-839-0809. That is LFM Financial Services, a company of Lucius F. McDonald.
And we're back to Glenda's Dragon's Den.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. We're still talking about twin flames and soulmates. And I want to make it clear that twin flames are very important in life. But if you find that your twin flame is a narcissist or an abuser or anything like that, and it's not right for you, it's okay to walk away. It is okay. They still need a lot of learning. They still need a lot of growth. And maybe the fact that they meet you and feel you and actually know the difference and you walk away may help them, encourage them, and may facilitate their growth and their change. And nobody should get abused. Nobody should accept narcissism or any of that sort.
Yeah, we still cool though, right?
We're still cool. For now.
But that's something that can happen?
That is something that could happen. Because your other half may not have learned their lessons before they met you.
Mm-hmm.
So you were supposed to meet, say, at a cafe,
Mm-hmm.
and you're there and they're there, and you meet, and it's all great and good. But if they're narcissists and they have not learned their lesson about that, and they have not learned their lesson on how to treat others,
Mm-hmm.
and taking their ego aside and taking their needs, me, and all that other stuff aside, and the control issue, that is not acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nobody can do the work that twin flames together have to do if one of them is an abusive or a narcissist or any type of that of that type of person.
At this level, there is no enablement.
No.
So, you remember Devil's Advocate?
Yeah.
When he goes, free will! Yeah, that's the kicker,
Mm-hmm.
really. No matter how much potential there is,
Mm-hmm.
you still have to do the work. And nobody else can do the work for you that you have to do.
Yeah.
And if you choose not to do it, free will!
And, you'll just meet at a different lifetime.
How can you tell the difference?
Of twin flames versus soulmates? Or
The difference
Whether
between
it's toxic or not. I think.
Yeah.
toxic? Okay. If you are not free to express yourself, if you are not free to be who you really are, and if you start to notice that everywhere you go, your friends lists are getting smaller, you're not allowed to be your true self, then it's toxic.
Okay.
If I was not allowed to be who I really am, it's not for me. And
All right.
that is something that we have to all give ourselves permission, whether it's a soulmate, a twin flame, or it's just a relationship. If it's toxic and your energy is being sucked out and you cannot do anything, and every single time you're going to talk to a friend, they're on top of you, and you don't have the freedom to even go out with friends for coffee. Okay, that's not really a good relationship, no matter what kind of it is.
Yeah.
You have to be free to be yourself and be able to talk to them and express your feelings or your concerns, and then together be able to come up with the solution.
All right. Where can I go to find out more about things like twin flames or soulmates or anything along those lines? Where would you suggest I go?
Well, there's a lot of places on Facebook, but you really have to do your research.
Okay.
Okay, you really have to make sure that those places are true and not that they're predator there just looking for the weak lady or the weak guy to, take advantage. If you want, you could contact me.
Okay.
And we could set up a time and we could talk about it. Separately and, confidentiality wise, this might be best. Because every single relationship is different, even within twin flames. And you have to you have to be willing to do the intense work that needs to get done.
What do you think of the desperation scale? How desperate is a twin flame?
They're not desperate.
And I think that's a really good way of being able to tell whether you're on Facebook or anywhere else, whether that relationship is ready to percolate. Because a twin flame will never be needy, never drain you. A twin flame, basically, you're there to sort of play off of each other and uplift each other and forward each other and evolve together to something greater than you are apart. Because you're basically two very complex, distinct individuals that are also, through their lifetime, very similar. And so you wind up understanding things and finishing each other's sentences, but you never cut each other off like I just did.
I was waiting.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, come on. I didn't cut your head off, right?
No.
No, good. All right.
Still firmly attached.
Still firmly attached. Maybe.
Everything the more left.
So, really, contact me if you're insecure or you're not sure of your relationship or you just want clarification. If you're desperate or your mate is desperate, that's not a true twin flame.
Save your money.
Yes. Yes. Very true. Don't get into the hype of, I need to find my twin flame, because not every lifetime you're going to meet your twin flame. And not everybody has a twin flame. That's the thing. You could be one soul, one complete soul, and you don't have a twin flame. You could have a soulmate, which are just as good, but their twin flame is definitely one soul that got divided into two.
Okay.
And I'd just like to add, no matter what anybody tells you, never, ever, 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 ever stalk your supposed twin flame.
Has that happened before?
All
Yes.
the time.
Not with us. But yes, and the problem is that all
Fixation.
that does, all that does is show how desperate you are, which is not a twin flame thing. When you meet your twin flame, you know that they have to grow at their own pace. And if they're not ready for the intensity of the relationship, they're not ready. They still have to learn their lessons. And, you know, the universe does it so you meet, so you know that they're there physically. But that doesn't mean that you, as a whole, you're ready to take that responsibility and that journey, which is very, very intense. You have to face yourself. He has to face himself. He faces me, I face him. And we're actually the same soul. So you have to go into those little sections of your heart and your soul where it has all the cobwebs and all the skeletons in the closets, and you have to get them all out. And you have to face them, and you have to learn from them, and you have to grow from them. And, you know, sometimes at certain moments, it could be the greatest dream, and then at certain moments, it could seem like the worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Because you really have to test yourself, provoke yourself, and realize that no matter what, you have to go through this in order to go to the next level of your growth.
And
then,
consciously, a twin flame never completes you. You have to be complete. You have to be in your own zone, ego-wise and otherwise. You're not looking for a twin flame to save you. You're not looking for a twin flame to give you purpose. You know, you may decide with a twin flame that together, you know, like next Halloween, I've already, you know, told her that we're going as Pinky in the Brain.
Oh boy.
And yeah, you know which one she is.
he keeps saying that.
So, yeah, I mean, because we kid each other because together, you know, you feel like the world is your oyster. But it's never out of need or desperation. It's just better together. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you get to a point in your life where you say, you know what? If I have a relationship, good. If I don't have a relationship, good. And you go out there to have fun. You go out to the bars to dance or to drink or whatever, but you don't need somebody with you to have that fun. You don't need somebody with you 24/7 to read or to spend time by yourself. You're complete at that moment. And when you're in that zen, that's when you know you don't need the other person. It is great to have the addition. You know, whether it's even a soulmate or a twin flame, it's great to have the addition, the added advantage, but it's not necessary. You know, you're at a stage of your life or your growth where you're like, okay, that's good to compliment, but there's no need. It isn't like you need food or you need water or even oxygen.
Or sex.
Or sex, for
Yeah.
that matter. Really.
We're adults here. Yes.
Yeah,
Sex.
even sex. Even sex. When you get to a point where you're like, you know what? I'm very good with myself. I don't need to have anybody to complete me because I am complete. I'm whole, I'm one, and the addition of him just brought us into a greater stage, but that didn't mean that he was there to fill in the need.
The void
The void. There was no
There's no void.
There's no void.
to fill in.
That's right. So,
Do twin flames ever become whole again? Or do they just kind of go off and become their own separate entities?
as far as I know, only when they get to what they call spiritual ascended master stage, that's when they become whole again. But that could be never for some twins, or it could be that they have still so much work to do. Because when we unite in this lifetime, we have special work that Spirit wants us to do. You know, whether it be to facilitate healing for others or just to show others that it can be done. You can have a real relationship without having to yell and scream and throw things around or control, which is, you know, a word that we don't like to use, but people understand it that way. You don't need to control anything. It should just flow. It should just be, he knows when I'm hungry more than I know when I'm hungry because I forget to eat.
Yeah.
I do. And
She
he's,
forgets to breathe.
that's true, too. Sometimes I go, and he's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, oh, I forgot to breathe. Because
I forgot this body needs oxygen.
I concentrate on something and just block off everything else. That sometimes I'm reading something or I'm helping somebody or whatever, and it's just I go into that stage where I don't need anything else. So I forget. It's simple.
And when you say become one, that's kind of a paradox.
Right.
Okay.
Because when we unite as we are one. You know, if you're saying manifest in the same physical plane, this physical plane is for us many, many lifetimes of manifesting together and not together through different lifetimes. As far as occupying the same physical space, you know, next time we may not even be in this dimension together.
Very true.
Okay.
Very true.
So, you know, uniting to me, I kind of need you to define those terms because
Because, like, the initial idea was a soul has so much work, it splits off into two halves to complete the work. I was still thinking of when the work is finished, do the souls come back as one singular soul again, or do they just stay two separate entities?
They go back together. They go back together.
Yeah.
Yes. But at that point, we don't incarnate. We should stay as
energy.
Together. So what we feel towards each other now is the energy bringing us together. Like crazy glue, gluing us together.
Yeah.
Even though we're totally two different bodies. So that's the only difference. The difference would be that we just don't incarnate anymore. We're done. That was our job. Now we could unite as energy and stay in spirit world or wherever they sent us. But, that's about it.
You also want to understand that we've made our contracts, and we kind of like, I'm a conduit. So, and that's my email name throughout the web is conduit, something conduit. Because, I'm just the physical representation of source. I'm just kind of here in the physical plane trying to make my way through and do that work that I'm directed to do the best I can given the physical parameters of this lifetime. But I really don't have any power of my own. I really don't have anything of my own except for free will. So when I go out and do the work, it's to basically try to facilitate greatest good. And if you're not facilitating greatest good, you really want to maybe look at whether you're doing twin flame work.
Yes, because twin flame work is always for greatest good. If you have your twin flame and you're not exactly on the up and up and you're not exactly facilitating healing around you or there's a purpose, a true blessing purpose, then you might not be doing what you contracted yourself to do. And that includes previous lifetimes for him and I. I remember one lifetime that he may or may not remember where him and a rival were fighting for me. And I basically said to both of them, stop. They didn't, so I walked right between them and said, bye-bye. This is not the lifetime for us to get united, because he wasn't ready to realize that there is no need for jealousy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, concern.
Well, he started it.
And there you go.
Some lessons still need to be learned.
Yes.
You also want to realize that gender is not static for twin flames in particular, but
Really?
for most people, neither is species.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, but, and that lifetime, yes, I was the girl, and these two were the male entities.
The male knuckleheads?
Yes, the male knuckleheads. So.
Now, I will admit, more often I hear online people talking about soulmates more often than twin flames. So what exactly is a soulmate?
Soulmate is just somebody who's here with you through mostly every single lifetime that you go through. They're there with you. And they facilitate your learning, you facilitate their learning, and then when you go back, you kind of compare notes. Hey, did you really learn? Did you really not learn? And then you sign up another contract. Okay, I'm going to be the child this time. Or next time I'm going to be the mother who was abused, so abuses you, the child. And there are lessons to be learned from every aspect of life in that dynamic. So you didn't learn, you were never have been abused, and you didn't learn how to deal with that. So that happens. And unfortunately, there's still free will, and there's still abuse that was never contracted. You know, you come into a family where the mother had learned the lesson of abuse, and you would expect her not to abuse their kids. And unfortunately, she uses her free will to continue that vicious cycle. So she did not learn her lesson, and hoping that when you come into the world, you teach her the lesson that abuse has to stop.
Yeah.
You know, and that mother has to learn how to let go, forgive herself, and let go of everything that came up to that point. Unfortunately, a lot of things happen that no matter what lesson you came into this world to learn or to teach, there's still the free will.
Yeah.
And that's not, you know, anything, nobody can really do anything about that. You came in to learn how to be a man in this lifetime instead of a girl. You've been a girl through all your lifetimes, but you decided that this time, okay, let's see how much freedom male really have in this world. And, you know, and so you come back to learn how to be a male entity or a male spirit. And sometimes we need to learn the other side. So maybe you've been a male all your lifetimes, and you need to learn how a woman feels and what she goes through, you know, what she doesn't go through. And yes, it's very easy to say to the other one, well, you could have said this or done that, but in that situation, unless you have gone through it, there's no way you could tell the other person how to do or what to do.
Yeah.
So that's the lessons. You come for whatever reason it is, whether it be loving or non-loving, toxic or anxiety or wonderful or not, whatever the lesson is, soulmate are the ones that help you through it. They're the ones that you could go to every single time, and basically they're your best friend, even though it may not act that way at that moment. It may not seem that way at that moment, but they're your best friend that you take from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime. And no matter what sex or species or whatever you decide to come back as, or they decide to come back as, you know, for all I know, all the animals I've had could be my soulmates, because they give me something. They give me unconditional love.
Yeah.
And, sometimes you need to come home and have them jump on you and just change your whole day.
But
Yeah.
now I do that.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know about changing the whole day, but
Well, if I jump on you, I change the whole
Oh,
day.
boy.
That's,
That's
yeah.
true. That's very true. Uh-huh. Oh, boy. Uh-huh. So, and for Twin Flames, you go through so much. First, you go through different stages. And that's how you really start to know and realize they are your twin flame or not. First of all, when you meet them, you just feel that energy, no matter where they are in the room. Sometimes you even meet them in your dreams. You actually see the picture of them. Sometimes you feel their energy. You could be in the same airplane, and all of a sudden you're like, okay, I feel this really intense energy. Where are, who is it? And you look around, and you may not recognize each other because that isn't the time for you to recognize each other, but you'll know it ahead of time. And then from that point on, you basically think to yourself, I'm kind of like, there's somebody out there with that kind of energy. I really would like to meet them. And you start really thinking about it and analyzing and deciding, well, it's like the yin and the yang, and, just, but that felt so good that you're just like, wow, okay, immense energy.
It's like, if you think of frequency, it's an amplification of your energy. It's a natural amplification as opposed to a resonance or a dissonance. You just all of a sudden feel more of what you are.
Yeah.
That's the best way I can explain how it feels.
Very true. Very true. And then, like, the second stage is when you get a glimpse of that person, and you just know. Like,
Okay.
I knew that pizza when he was eating pizza with his son. I just knew, and I'm like, okay, we're not ready. All right, no problem, and it's profound. You just look. You really look like you're looking at yourself in the mirror, and you feel like you're talking to yourself. And it's an intense amount of energy and joy and wonder and wow, okay, I need the cold shower, and not just that way. Right?
Hey, I'm golden.
Now the stage 3 is when you actually meet and fall in love. Anyway, I haven't gotten that stage yet.
Uh-oh.
Did it hurt you when you fell from heaven?
Oh, wow. That's a cheesy one.
Wow. Cheesy.
See, we're tight enough now that I can use bullshit like that. If that had been the first thing I said to her.
Nah, I was looking for
Corruption,
original.
yeah.
I was looking for original lines. I was tired of all the same lines. I swear, guys, really, take that book that they give you in the boys' club and throw it away. Women like original lines, believe it or not. They really know all the lines you guys are going to give them, their answer, and your counter answer. Please, just throw it away.
And you say you don't play chess.
Then comes the stage of falling in love. Everything is magical. You feel like you're standing 2 feet above ground. And just,
Well, that's the only way we're eye level.
wow. Wow. Like never before you have felt this way. Never before. You can't even resist the attraction because it's just there. You're loving yourself. You're seeing yourself. So there's no way about it.
And yet there's no desperation. In other words, it's not compulsion. It's just easy.
Yeah.
That's That's, to me, is the litmus test. If it's easy, then you still have the potential that that's a twin flame connection. As strong as it is and as powerful it is as it is, it has to be easy.
Yeah.
And there's usually no playing at any point until you're both ready.
Yeah.
There's the spiritual attraction is so much greater than the physical attraction. And it's not because you don't desire the person, but you don't want to spoil it. You want to make sure that it's real. And still in those first stages, although that feeling and that energy is there, you still say to yourself, you know what? I'm cool. I'm golden. I'm cool. I'm golden. It's okay. You know, we want to make sure that it's real, that our intellect is still there. We're meeting each other on all planes. We don't need the sex right away. So,
Yeah.
but we're going for a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Family owned and located on 564 Main Street, Stroudsburg, PA, Juice is bringing healthy and fresh to Stroudsburg with their amazing protein shakes, salads, wraps, and more. Keep your day clean with a Juice lunch combo that comes with a 16-ounce Juice signature smoothie and a healthy wrap or salad. Running low on time? Call your order in ahead of time to beat the rush at 570-664-2205 and make sure to ask about their catering services with fresh boar's head meat cold cuts. Live, work, or play in the Broadentsville area? Step into their Broadentsville location at 1697 Route 209 at the Midtown Plaza or call ahead at 570-801-7785. Come meet their amazing staff and eat healthy, drink fresh, and start off your better you today at Juice.
Developmental Education Services is a nonprofit agency dedicated to providing day supports to adults with intellectual disabilities. Providing educational and therapeutic services to our clients and their families, we are advocates, committed in our work to educate the public of the needs of all individuals with disabilities. Reach out to us at 570-424-5410 or visit devedmc.org, devedmc.org, for more information.
I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I need a job that won't take me away from my kids.
Hi, I'm retired and looking for a little extra spending money.
I'm a military veteran looking for a change of pace. At Myco2 Group LLC, our mission is to connect independent contractor client support professionals with 14,500 companies on their own terms. If you are interested in servicing calls from the comfort of your own home for roadside assistance, tech support, cruise line booking, and more, and can commit yourself to at least 20 hours a week, contact us toll-free at 1-888-543-5333. Join today and take advantage of our free background check for a limited time only. Go to our website at www.myco2group.com or call us toll-free at 1-888-543-5333.
If you or someone you love suffers from drug or alcohol addiction, now is the time to utilize your private health insurance PPO plan to receive up to $30,000 or more in substance abuse benefits so that you have low or no out-of-pocket costs. We quickly help you verify your health insurance coverage amounts for substance abuse treatment so you can prepare for immediate admittance to a medical detox or residential rehab treatment center now. Select from locations nationwide while receiving up to $30,000 or or more in coverage through your private health insurance PPO plan if eligible. We are the National Treatment Network, the premier matching service available 24/7. We help you use your PPO private health insurance with low or no out-of-pocket costs.
Call now, 800-961-2480. 800-961-2480. 800-961-2480. 800-961-2480. That's 800-961-2480.
MMA Signatures Academy, the Pocono area's only elite boxing MMA fitness academy. Located at 564 Main Street in Stroudsburg, PA, MMA Signatures Academy is your one-stop for all your fitness needs. With classes in boxing, MMA, jiu-jitsu, Zumba, yoga, and self-defense for all fitness levels. MMA Signatures Academy is the home of the all ages, all levels Pocono Boxing Club and features monthly live pro and amateur fights. For more information, call MMA Signatures Academy at 570-872-1444 and visit our website at MMASignaturesAcademy.com. Take your fitness to the next level with MMA Signatures Academy. Mention this ad and get 25% off a 4-month contract during sign-up.
Blaze Away, the most effective way to eliminate odor and smoke. Blaze Away permanently removes odors caused by cigars, cigarettes, cannabis, mold and mildew, sweat, pets, cooking, discomposition, plumbing issues, and a whole lot more. Blaze Away is made by Aroma Country out of Cleveland, Ohio. So order yours today by logging on to blazeaway.com. That's blazeaway.com. Blaze Away is a zero water fragrance for a longer aroma and making it the quickest, strongest, long-lasting air freshener available. For more info, call 216-513-5531. Be blown away with Blaze Away today.
Dragons Den. How's everybody doing?
Well, the dragon hasn't burnt the place down, so I guess we're all good.
Nah, she feels that it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
She likes you. Maybe. So, we want to just talk a little bit more on soulmates and kindred spirits. Kindred spirits are those people, those spirits or individuals that resonate at the same level and the frequency as we do. They are the energy. They're the spirit that helps us and gives us the rah to do whatever we need to do. We feel connection with them. They could be our friend, they could be our coworker, they could be our schoolmate, and they're the ones that vibrate on the same level. They actually give us energy instead of taking away energy. They provide the same vibrations. They have our same interests, our same tastes. They're the ones that we go to the bar with and have a beer or two after class. Or they're the ones that we can talk and have the same vibe and we just click.
However, they're more transient.
Yes, they are. They're here for a little bit of time and then they move on. And you move on because you both need to grow and continue your growth in your own way, your own path. So they're just here to kind of check in with you. Okay, everything is good. All right, let's keep going. Basically like a resting stage, so to speak.
Support staff.
Support staff, yes. Very good. And soulmates, they're here from lifetime to lifetime with you. They're here to amplify and help you through your energy, through your deep level of connection. You don't connect with them just on the physical. It's your soul level. You're more than just a kindred spirit. They're here to stay with you.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ones that you marry. Those are the ones that you have relationship with. Those are the ones that,
Hopefully that's the same one.
maybe.
Yeah, there's a-
You know, sometimes. Those are the ones that are your true friends, and you could talk anything with, and they will direct you, even if you don't like what they're hearing, what they're saying, and they don't like what they're hearing, but they will be there to support you.
Yeah.
You know, and then your twin flames, you're here for a completely other level of support system.
Mm-hmm.
And whole other level of connection. It's a complete wholeness, evolution to become one, into a oneness level. So basically that's the wrap up on that. Anything?
So, let everyone know just how vacuous your life was before I came into it.
Vacuous.
Wow, he brought out the big words.
Oh, okay, let me take
That's
out
a
the dictionary.
Scrabble
Hold on, guys.
Right?
I have to
come on, you were
Google that.
paralegal.
I have to Google that.
You know a hole when you hear one.
Anyway, yes, my life was very fulfilled before you came along.
It was.
Yes, it was.
That's the opposite of what he wanted to hear.
I know.
No, it's not. But facetious, a jolly good fellow.
Yes. It was fulfilled because I did not need anything or anybody. I had friends that I could hang out with. I decided to, when I was young, I took piano and I used to do concerts in New York.
Mm-hmm.
I did modeling. Through my college years, I was a DJ. I did anything I wanted to do. And even to the point of being in student government.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I was a paralegal for 35 years. My mother to 3 great kids. Got that, kids? I want presents. Presents. Anyway.
You mean you want them to show up?
To show up with a present.
Oh, show up with a present.
Yeah.
You want presents and presents.
Yes.
Got it.
So, you know, I've had husbands. I've had a
Your
great
own.
life. Yes.
Your
my
own, yeah.
my
Not just
own.
someone else's husband.
No, not anyone else's. I actually had 2 husbands.
Yes.
Yes.
Not at the same time.
No.
Were they having a sale?
Yes, they were. Yes, they were. Red tag sale.
Clearance.
So I have done a lot in my life,
Mm-hmm.
and I have been very blessed through my whole lifetime. I learned very young in life that I had what I call my team.
Mm-hmm.
I was 2 years old when I met them,
Mm-hmm.
or some of them.
But that's because your life was so easy, right?
No, my
No.
life was not easy.
No.
Nope. My life was just as hard as anybody else's. And when I was young, I decided that was not going to stop me.
That was not going to define you.
Not define me either, yes. So what I have accomplished because I did not let the things that have happened in my life stop me,
Mm-hmm.
define me,
Mm-hmm.
or just put me in fear.
Yeah.
I continued, I battled, when I wanted something, I'm hard-headed. I went out and I did everything possible till I got it. It may have taken longer than I wanted to for my own good. I discovered that later, that sometimes it's best to wait for the right moment, but still go for it. You know, people say, oh, I need a job. Well, when I needed a job, I printed out 200 resumes,
Mm-hmm.
I did 200 letters, and I went out and delivered them, hand-delivered them. And usually by the end of that day, I had a job that I wanted, exactly with the right terms and the right conditions. I've had law firms from New York contact me
Mm-hmm.
on their own through, employment, word of mouth.
Yeah.
And I had the opportunity to say yes or no. And because they did not, first of all, I hate New York travel,
Yeah.
crowds,
Nightmare.
Energy.
Yes.
Energy.
Everything's
Too
just
much,
bad.
Too much energy.
Too much bad.
Too much.
I can handle it.
So I decided not to take those jobs.
Yeah.
But, everything in my life that I've gone through, good or bad, is what got me here. And that did not stop me.
So how you doing?
How you doing? How you doing?
You're in a good place here.
I'm in a very good place.
All right. I'm in a good place too.
You are.
I think so.
Oh,
As long as the floor holds me, I'm good. Yeah, I know there's an indentation. I think that was Khalil, but
What about you?
what about me?
Yeah.
Well, before we get to me, people are continually drawn to you for counsel. When did that start?
That started when I was 3.
Exactly.
Adults come up to you, like, I need to talk to you about this serious financial decision I'm about to make. And you're like, I like turtles. You're just chewing on a stuffed animal. Like, go with that one.
No, I actually, at the age of 3, I was very interesting.
Yeah. See, that's why I asked her, because I too had an interesting childhood, and I found out later that I was an abortion baby. So, do you know what that means, Ashley?
Well, the name seems pretty self-explanatory. Like they were attempting, your mother was attempting to go through with the procedure, and it didn't work.
No. My mother had, I'm presuming it was somewhat of an illegal abortion.
Okay.
At least what I'm told is my father hadn't been told or consented to it.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't particularly appreciate that, so to punish her, I was born.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And there you go.
And there you go. So, my mother, and my father in his own way, but my mother was an incredible empath.
Mm-hmm.
And knew things and felt things that she couldn't possibly know and feel.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, she was given diagnosis after diagnosis and submitted to incredibly torturous and abusive treatment, quote unquote, under the guise treatment under the guise of mental health care.
Yeah.
Electroconvulsive therapy,
Yeah.
Medication, and the like. And some of my earliest memories were visiting her in the various facilities that she was
Caged in?
I don't remember cages, but confined in. So I was someone also that, for different reasons, my friends would come to for counsel at a very young age. And, I would know things that I couldn't possibly know. And they'd always say, well, how do you know that? Because, they'd come and tell me pieces that they wanted me to know. And then I would sort of fill in the blanks for them and say, well, isn't this going on and that going on? What do you think of that? I would never tell them what to do. But it was sort of like, now that we've brought all of this out, what do you think is best for you? And so I was basically given the too intense to be normal handle. At the same time, in the fourth or fifth grade, I was taking a bus in Flushing, Queens, to a train to New York, to another train, to do live theater, unsupervised, and coming home by myself
Yeah.
at night. I was fortunate in the fact that it was easier to just let me do things than it was to try and keep me from things. I wound up, aside from my career, which spanned 23 years at Madison Square Garden, in a very interesting and challenging work from a technical standpoint. I wound up serving on the board of directors for the Rockland Mental Health Association.
Okay.
And from that, I became vice chair. I was appointed vice chair of resource development for the Mental Health Association in New York State. Now, when I went to college, I was a declared psych major as a freshman because I was trying to make sense of everything that had been going on. Meanwhile, my mother, every time I had finals, was decompensating because she would channel my stress and not understand it. So I would have to fly from Buffalo to New York, from Buffalo back to New York City in the middle of finals week to give her proof of life.
Yeah.
So it made for an interesting college career that time around. And but I also, because of the theater background, in a school that was primarily a music teacher's college to begin with, had a very well-defined music department and theater department, was involved quite a bit in the shows there.
Yeah.
So I've had a very blessed life. I've done a lot of things. I've had a lot of opportunity on a very high end. So I was done. I was kind of coasting.
Yeah.
When I threw my little smart-ass remark at her. Because it's like, oh, it's her. Okay, well, let's see if she remembers, and we both had a fairly extensive amount of work with various paranormal involvement. And now we don't even do investigations per se. What we do, we call remediation and resolution because, effectively, even the concept of a twin flame becoming one, for us, it's sort of a frequency thing.
Yeah.
But everything is connected, including the paranormal. And so if it's in your sphere of influence, if it's within your scope of involvement, then you have an opportunity to facilitate it. And for us, that's sort of what we're doing now at this stage in our life, is we're looking to bring some cohesion and do our best to share our experience, and maybe it will resonate with people that are struggling to understand their experience. Fortunately, I was my mother's caregiver from the time I was 13. And she lived a month short of her 80th birthday.
Wow.
So, yeah, considering what she had been through prior to my birth, because I have a brother who's 8.5 years older, she did very well, and she had a very peaceful existence. So, here we are, and she's done a lot of the work that I sort of just have intuited. She's really gone out into the nuts and bolts of what she does, and she just keeps me around for laughs, right?
Yeah, comic relief.
Exactly. Oh, yes. Definitely.
And sometimes enforcer of greatest good.
I'm the face. But you'd be surprised because you really don't want a piece of her unless she wants you to have a piece of her. And if she wants you to have a piece of her, hopefully it's peaceful because, yeah.
It's that Gemini twin. What can I say?
Everything I can do, she can do better in her own way.
She can do anything better than you.
Yes, she can.
Yes, she can.
Yes, she can.
Oh, yes, she can.
I may be the target, okay? But don't underestimate her. Good things come in small packages.
Yeah.
Dynamite.
Yeah. Nitro.
Nitro.
C4.
Diamonds.
Uranium.
Yeah.
Uranium. Yep. It's the twin thing. It's the Gemini actual thing where I know that I can do this, so I want to learn as much as I can. And I never stop learning. I'm always searching for knowledge, and I'm always searching for different ways of doing the same thing. Because the more ways you can do it, and the more different ways you know of things or how to do it, the better you are, especially if we do remediation work. It's always helpful to know how to protect yourself 200 different ways than it is to know the basic 2 or 3 ways.
Yeah.
Because when we go into a place, usually they like to call us when everybody else has failed. Let's just say that.
Well, they don't like to call us when everybody else has failed. But basically, what you have today is people bumbling around thinking this is some kind of a game.
You're right.
Like a Ouija board is some kind of a game. And a Ouija board is a prop.
Yeah.
It's the intention that opens the portal.
Yeah.
And if you can open the portal without the board, you'd better know how to close it without the board. Because it's not always your Aunt Fanny waiting to come through on the other side.
Right.
And you also have to be careful because sometimes they'll attach to somebody else you didn't intend to. That happened to me once. My first paranormal investigation. Fun times were not had.
Oh,
by
yeah.
any.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. But that's the challenge is when people that think this is something to fool around with go out and stir shit up
Yeah.
and can't resolve it, that's basically when we get called.
Or they think they have resolved it, but they didn't.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, everything's fine. And I'm like, no, it's not.
No.
Yep. And you could feel the energy, and you could feel the darkness, and you could feel and you could see the jokester right in front of you. And you're like, really? This is resolved?
So that door is clearly very wide open.
Yeah.
You did nothing.
Yep. And you can't seal it up with wood and nails.
No. Yeah, you knew somebody who tried to do that.
Yes,
right?
tried to do
portal
that.
with wooden nails. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe if they were iron nails.
No.
Ash.
It wasn't a fairy portal.
Yeah. So we just like, okay.
And we're not here to convince anybody.
No.
You know, we know what we know.
Yeah.
And we've experienced what we've experienced. And everything from vampires to multi-dimensional chaotic entities, which most people would call demons.
Troublemakers. Yeah.
Well, troublemakers aren't necessarily, though, chaotic. They're just, you know, people that sometimes
But it was a good
have been frustrated. Yeah.
It's a good example.
Yeah. I mean,
that child that has been hanging around for 200 or 300 years, and
they get
at this
bored.
point they got bored, and they're, you know, taking the pies and putting it from the one refrigerator to another refrigerator, or they're taking your garlic, and you know, every single time you pass a throughway or doorway, they're throwing garlic at you, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
They're bored to death, and they don't want to.
But I'm bum.
They don't want to cross over because they're afraid. They've
Yeah.
been told that it's terrible and that it's hell.
or that they're going to hell because of something they did, or because
Some
someone wanted
arbitrary
to
rule
manipulate
somebody
them.
came up with in a book
Exactly.
a couple thousand years ago.
Right. So.
But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, you know, a screaming banshee or a Native American guardian entity who's not really happy with the fact that you've been so disrespectful to the land that they're here to preserve.
Exactly.
And you got to know what it is and sit down and, like we're sitting across the table, because they got a lot of power you may not realize they have.
And when you come into someone else's house, you can't come charging in with the cavalry or what you think is the cavalry and start waving big sticks around and telling people to get out. And it's like, oh, you want to go? All right, let's go.
Exactly.
And, you know, I liken it to, what if somebody came to your door at midnight and said, talk to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hi, my name's Chuck. Who are you?
Yeah, that's not going to happen. You
Yeah.
know.
So, I mean, the first, I think, piece of what we bring to whatever we do is respect.
Yes.
And with that, we'll meet whatever it is, wherever it is, because it was there and it was pissed off, and we understand, you know. But the first thing I always come in with energetically is, how can I be of help?
Yeah.
What can I do to help resolve your discomfort? Because if you don't come with that, you're not going to have the opportunity to get cooperation.
Yeah.
And communication is always message sent equals message received. So if you don't come willing to communicate, then don't come.
Yeah.
Yep, I always say you got to hear their message, got to hear their story. Let them speak to you and let them tell you why they're acting the way they are, why they are where they are. And they're more than willing. They want people to hear them. They want people to tell their story, to tell the world what they went through, what they're still going through, what their fears are. You know, and not
Once
too many
you
people.
do that, once you hear them out, and they can feel that you are seriously there to bring resolution. I mean, crossing a child that's been afraid to go for 300 years because somebody harmed them and then convinced them that it was their fault. I mean, to me, there's nothing more important for me to do in this life than that. No, other than bring a smile to your face.
Anyway, you're going to do the dishes?
Apparently.
Okay.
You have so many dishes
There's
to do
a
when you get
smile.
home.
And, you know, like we did one where the Native American guardian was very angry because the owner of the house grandfather had taken the land without any monetary or permission or anything like that. And then he took somebody as his wife. So all the generations were being punished.
Yeah.
Yes. So we had to figure out what would take for them to calm down and understand that it wasn't the same person, that it was a family member, but they had nothing to do with it. They were not even around when it happened.
It's like eventually you will have to let this go.
Well, no. Actually, we negotiated reparations.
Yeah.
And that's what it took. It took the respect and willingness to meet them where they were.
Yeah.
And, you know, it generally doesn't come to a whole lot because they're not in the physical world. It basically comes to honoring and respect. And frankly, you know, every time we've worked together, that's the linchpin. And after that, no matter what we're working with, it's easy because, you know, even a chaotic entity that wants to take either of us on, and I really haven't found one yet that wants to take me on. And I'll just say, well, you know, if it's okay with the archangel,
Yeah.
and then they realize, oh, well, maybe I want to rethink that. Yeah.
Want to rethink that.
Yeah.
Take a different step. Yeah, usually they want really simple things, like families having dinner together or planting more fruit trees.
Or harmony
Macaroni
in the
pictures.
Yeah, harmony in the house instead of fighting all the time.
And instead of trying to capitalize on creating chaos
Right.
Yeah.
for some personal selfish benefit.
Correct. Yes, we've been there.
Mm.
It's very simple. They just want love. They just want respect, and they want a voice and an ear. They want somebody to hear them so they could tell their story, and somebody to respect them because, hey, they were here before we were.
Yeah.
You know, and they just don't want somebody to go in there and start riling them up. I mean, who wants to hear? Knock twice if you're saying yes. Knock 3 times if you're saying no.
And that's when you start throwing things at them. It's
Exactly.
like, shut up. I'm trying to sleep.
Not only that, it's like it's disrespectful. What am I, 2-year-old? You know,
You got to park your ego at the door.
Exactly.
And you got to park your ego at the door whether you're dealing with an autistic child or a pissed off chaotic entity. You know, you've got to show them that you're willing to understand their experience and work towards remediation. And then, you know, if they don't park their ego at the door, then you pull out the archangels. Doesn't happen often, but it happens, you know. But you've got to have that to go into where we go because, you know, we are very fortunate, you know. We've been around some of the premier people that are out there trying to bring good to the paranormal field. You've spoken with a couple of them.
Yeah.
It ain't about getting it on the air and, you know, bringing in the audience. It's about honoring and working together as the one that we all are and realizing that even if you're 180 degrees energetically out of phase with what I am, we're still in the same universe.
Yeah.
And we have to coexist
Yeah.
And energy-wise, the higher the vibrations, the better it is for everyone. Not just, me and him or him and I or whatever. For you, for the other person, for somebody we don't know on the other side of the world.
Mm-hmm.
If the universe vibrational energy is good, then everybody benefits.
Yeah.
And just goes with respect.
And we both together, when we got together, Glenda met two chaotic entities that she helped evolve to a higher vibration and no longer really are chaotic entities.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's sweet. Do they send you like fruit baskets every once in a while? It's like, thanks for the help. You're the best. Hugs and kisses.
Hugs and kisses, yes. Hugs and kisses. That definitely. They're around. They make themselves known to me when they're around, and it's just saying like, "Hi, how you doing?" It's kind of like when you have a loved one on the other side who you find coins or feathers or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just their way of saying hi.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about it. We had our own lives.
Yeah.
And just now we're putting the two lives together to create the oneness.
And it's fun because when people can see the energy and they see the two of us together, they're like, whoa.
And a lot of the times I don't let my energy go high.
Yes, but you've been instructed.
Yes, I've been instructed.
And not by me. I can't tell her shit.
Now he knows. He tells me I do the opposite.
Well, anyone, not just me.
Not anyone. Yeah, that's true.
Anyone tells you, yeah.
Tells me what to do. Oh, really? Oh, okay. So you just gave me the green light to do whatever I want. Thank you.
You're not my mom.
Okay, so anything you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, we are very fortunate that, we have people that have helped us and are working with us. Paul Gilbo, who, is the founder and president of Associates Custom Remodeling, helped put our office together so that she can do clinics for donation basis. Because the work we do, you can't put a price on it.
Yeah.
It's nice that, people are supportive and show that support in different ways, but, if somebody's in desperate need
Right.
and willing to do the work, you can't turn them away. So,
Well, some people do, but we don't.
Well, you can't turn them away because if someone does, that's a karmic debt that they have to pay.
It's free will. That's what I'm trying to say.
It's free will.
Yes.
But,
A stupid move, but still
Free
free will.
will. Right.
But, Glenda's really versed at different things. Aromatherapy and essential oils. People that are interested in that and want to explore the benefit of that, they can go to your website.
Yep, they can go to my website.
Which is?
They could actually go to Glenda's Magical Creation, and it'll all be there.
It'll all be there.
Yep. .com, by the way.
And then, there's all types of protection.
Yep. Protection that are non-lethal.
Non-lethal protection.
Because, we all need protection.
Are we talking on the physical and the spiritual?
On the
or both?
Well, you can help with all of it.
All of it. But
that's also available.
Yep, at the glendasmagicalcreations.com.
And anyone that has questions can reach out to you.
Yep, at glendasmagicalcreation.com. There's my email.
There's your ad.
There.
Roll credits.
Oh, credits.
Hey!
But yes, any questions anybody has, no matter how small or how strange you think it is, it's okay. Reach out. We're here to help each other. We're here in this world, in this physical universe, to really attend to each other's needs and become that whole, that oneness, because we are really connected. Energetically, we are all connected.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as we would like to think that we are impervious to harm, we've both taken our hit points.
Yes.
And one of the things that helps you, I know, is CBD oil.
CBD oil has helped me tremendously.
So if anyone is in pain or wants to find out how that has helped Glenda, that's also
there. Glenda's Magical Creations. But you could just email me directly and we could talk all about it.
And there's also a link to Glenda's website on the Wild FM website. So you click on Glenda's beautiful face and you'll see a link to her website right there.
But yes, the CBD oils are really, really good. That company has really turned everything around for me. I mean, pain. Some people go through anxiety. Some people just have panic attacks, and all that has helped. Actually, there's even, moisturizers for your face, so your complexion looks better.
Fancy.
Young, make you look younger. No, this is really true, people.
But, also working with people in the field, we're very fortunate that we had Chip Reichenthal on the first show.
Yes.
We try to keep a good amount of humor.
Yes.
About it. I mean, I personally have a very dark sense of humor, but Chip's book, Even the Dead Won't Tell You the Truth, which is a novel, you experienced it in her mediumship workshop.
Yeah.
They
Little
like
dead Jerry Springer episode trying to break out.
Yes.
Yeah.
They like to play jokes sometimes.
But, Chip also, has his show, Kindness Beyond the Veil.
Yes.
Where he brings another, the benefit of his knowledge and experience to it. And so does our friend Andrea. Andrea's book.
Andrea Perrin, by the way.
Yes, Andrea Perrin.
Yes.
Her book titled The Wonder to Behold primarily shares her experience with visitors. And I'm not talking about visitors as we talk about visitors in the paranormal. She's talking about visitors from other galaxies.
Yes.
And
so ETs.
ETs.
She prefers to call them visitors.
Yes.
Because they're here.
Yeah.
They got visas, and we both have a place in that book.
Yes.
So Andrea is a really good friend, and anytime you can catch her at a convention, that'll bring. We're not experts on the paranormal. We have our own wealth of experience. But there are other people out there who, we've been fortunate to get the benefit of their experience and share some of ours with them. And, we are not fans of everybody.
No, we're not.
Because a lot of people try to exploit this.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you can pretty much, if you center, you can sense when somebody is being real.
Or not.
Or not.
Yeah. It's like, smells like crap in here. Oh, it's you.
Yeah.
And how about you, Ashley? Because you've obviously kind of mentioned that you've got a little background in paranormal investigation, and we know that you've got gifts.
Aw, shucks. Thanks.
Why
I
don't you
got
share a
presents.
little bit of what you'd like people to know about you?
Well, I've been surrounded by dead people as long as I can remember, just because my house just happened to be in an area that was really active. And my family, on my mom's side, has this propensity that after they die, they still hang out. So they'll still come back and like warn us when something else is going to happen. And there's been instances where my mom's been visited at work. Like her dad would show up and like, such and such is going to die. I'm just showing up to let you know, and things like that. So, but it's also the same aspect of like, it's not a ghost. You're just crazy. But we still believe in ghosts, but you're crazy. So there's been that dynamic. And in college, I kind of branched out. I got more in tune with the pagan side of things, and I've been pagan for roughly, oh boy, since I was 16, so almost 25 years now. And so, like in college, that was my wild time to have my crazy paranormal shenanigans. And the first investigation I went on, it was me and a bunch of other spooky kids went to this old forgotten graveyard in western Pennsylvania that nobody had been to in a very long time. And it was the first and only, like, well, not the only time, but it was the first time that I ever felt that, like, the ghosts were, like, so happy to see me that I actually didn't feel scared. They're like, oh my God, it's people? Hi. Oh my God, nobody ever comes to see us. And then this lady that was running the thing, she's like, oh, I want you to come home. I want you to hang out with me. Just come on by. And I'm like, what are you doing? And she invited them all to her house. Guess who followed who home? I got 3 ghosts that followed me home, and they were pissed.
Oh.
And it got to the point where, like, my roommate in our dorm room, like, she ended up, like, waking up in the middle of the night and then just opened the door to the dorm. Was like, out, everybody out, just out, all of you, out, get out of the room. I don't know why you're here. She didn't bring you here. Just go. Because I had this image of, like, this male figure who was standing above my bed and just staring daggers at me. He was pissed, and I'm like, dude, I didn't do it. Wrong house. So just stuff like that.
Yeah, well, sounds like you had interesting experience there.
Yeah.
How did you resolve it?
It was resolved when my roommate kicked them out of the room. He's like, go, get out. She just literally opened the door, out.
She understood. She understood the dynamics.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think they just, obviously they thought that I'm the one that summoned them there. I'm like, no, don't be mad at me. Go find that other person, be mad at them, or go back to where you were at, because I didn't bring you here. You just followed me.
Well, sounds like your roommate knew exactly what to do.
Yeah.
It's good.
So how do you like this association with us and having someone that kind of validates your experience versus the people that have pushed back on it?
It's nice. It's refreshing, because I do have my own circle of friends, but it's like you become your own echo chamber after a while. So it's good to go out and just meet other people and talk to them. And it's like, oh, okay. They're like, all right, I'm validated again that I'm not exactly completely nuts in this realm.
Yes.
Other realms, not so much. This one, I'm okay.
Well, everybody has their own way of working off steam. So I don't know that makes anyone nuts, as long as you're not hurting yourself or anyone else.
Yeah, I just don't like, you know how you said that you were talking about going to a different sort of mediumship group just to get a different perspective. I like to do the same thing.
Right.
So it's just like something fresh, because I don't want to, I don't want to feed myself a line of BS. It's like I need to revalidate myself every once in a while. You know what I mean?
You need to reevaluate, or you need to look at things with a fresh eye.
Yeah.
There's not a reevaluation because you have a value, period. And what you do in your gifts have value. They may not have value to the person who's over there, but they're valuable to you. That's why you were given them. And
Yeah.
that's why you were able to actually develop them.
Mm-hmm.
You do realize you're not done,
Yeah, I know.
though. Okay.
Because I need to stop getting over like the absolute pants crapping fear I get whenever there's a dead thing in the room. It's like, hi, I'm like, ah! It's like, you wanted me to be here. I'm like, no, yes, but no, but yes, but no. Get away from me. I don't want to talk. You're scary. I can see through you. Go.
Well, that is why I hold the mediumship groups, because they're safe. And nothing that should not be there will be there. And that is why I was like, like I knew the lady was there or the person was there, and I knew what they were talking about, and I knew they were safe. And I knew when they were playing a joke on everybody. And that's what I would say, okay, they're not exactly, reevaluate that.
Like, she wanted to start some stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, look.
Yes.
It was kind of fun watching you when you realized that she was actually aware of all the other people there, and what they were trying to pull on you, and that she wasn't just focused on what you were focused on, that she was kind of the ring master.
Yeah.
Ringmaster sometimes, yes. Ringmaster is a good word for it. Pretty much.
But there aren't a lot of people that can do what you do, so. And there are a lot of people that are jealous of what you do.
And they shouldn't be jealous. All they have to do is take their ego out of the way.
Yep.
Be open and allow things to go the way they're supposed to. We're not competing. This is not a competition. It's not a competition for me. I'm not going to say, oh, I helped heal 20 people this month. How many did you do? That doesn't work that way. That's not what this is about.
Yeah.
See, the concept of greatest good eludes most people.
Right.
Because they want what they want. It's greatest good, but I got to get mine first. And there's a lot of people in the paranormal field that practice that.
Yep.
And so, when they come up against someone that they can't run their bullshit on, they're pissed. Because their bullshit's paid the rent for them for a long time.
Yeah. It's like if they find out, they're going to tell everyone else, and then, oh, no one ever will have me on their podcast again.
It's like before she reads anybody, she has to have their permission. That's part of greatest good. But there are people out there, I kind of call them psychic snitches.
Yeah.
Where they make their trade in going into a group of people, finding out things that they don't have permission to find out, and then using that as currency to demean the people that they've done that to. And then when she comes along and calls them on it, it's like, or when I come along, because I've done it too.
They get a little perturbed.
Yeah, it's like
Just a little.
Yeah.
Call them out.
Like, stop it. I have an angle. It's like, that's not nice.
No. Yeah. It's like, fear, and it's just, you go to some places and this makes everybody look bad.
Yeah.
You go to some places, oh yeah, you're going to have a great life, but you got a curse. And it's going to cost you so much money to get rid of this curse.
It's also cursed.
And there's no curse. You know what? It's fear. They love to put fear on everybody.
Well, it's the easiest emotion to manipulate.
It is. It really is. And people will pay anything to get rid of a so-called curse.
And then there's the dark side. And people that work in the dark side.
Right.
Yeah, the archangels don't particularly like that. So.
And they make their bed and they're going to lie in it. For sure. So.
But they're very threatened by us. And they'll say whatever people will listen to and try and convince people because they don't have game. All they have is the quick self-gratification of the dark side. But it doesn't really have any power behind it.
Manipulation, fear.
And it also carries with it a cost to the individual wielding it. So,
And I'm still not here for a competition. I don't compete.
but you're not here to take shit either.
No, like I always put on my Facebook. You don't want to meet. You don't want me to introduce you to my Gemini twin.
All right. So we covered what? Twin flames.
Yeah.
We covered soulmates, kindred spirits, a bit of our wacky misadventures. Anything else you want to summarize tonight with? No.
No, it's just any.
We're here to help.
Yep.
If
That's it.
you have a situation that you need to discuss and you want a vantage point from greatest good, we're here to help.
We're here to help. So it's just contact us.
Well, you.
Contact me.
Yeah. Don't call me because
Contact me, and
I'm a Capricorn.
and
You know,
in
you
the
don't want to
website-
contact me.
on the website, email me, and we'll talk. We'll talk.
And call chat room. You know, that's
Yeah.
all going to
Yeah.
be in play. So
Yeah.
you know, the shows are listed, posted. You found this one. There are others.
It's like if you're watching this and it's just like a pre-recorded show or it's archived on Facebook, contact information still the same. You can go to the Wild FM website at wyld.fm. Look for Glenda's show. You'll see her beautiful face splattered all over the website. Click on the face. Show you all her links, contact information, social media. There's plenty of ways to get in contact.
That's very true. Very true.
And
Just
if you
don't-
have ideas for a show, if there's something you would like us to speak about or embrace, or if you feel that you have a story that, you know, merits time on the show,
Yes.
we're open to that. You know, we're trying to bring light, and there's a whole universe of experience out there besides ours.
Correct. Correct. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Love to see you next time, and have a good night. From Glenda and Larry and Ashley at Glenda's Dragon's Den. Good night.